Morning, everybody. Welcome to day 26 of our March micro minimizing challenge. We're into our final week. We just have a few days left. I hope you've been following along, or if you're just finding out about this now, feel free to go back through the videos for the month of March on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. They're all posted there on my accounts, and you can link to those through my Instagram bio or wherever you're finding these videos. You'll be able to find the rest of them in the same place. So today I'm talking about candles and other smelly things that we have in our homes, things that are supposed to make our house smell good. And not only are we talking this month about decluttering our items, but there's some other kind of angles that I look at things. And so when it comes to candles and aerosol fragrances, or the plug-in fragrances, these kinds of things, you have to think of what kind of toxins that they're releasing into your home. And the research is kind of on both sides in a way. You know, you've got the people where the research says that they release toxins into your home and they're very dangerous if you're breathing them in. And then there's the other side that says, well, yeah, there's toxins, but they're in such minute amounts they don't harm you. So both sides are willing to say there's toxins. It's whether or not they're harmful for humans when we're inhaling them in our homes. And here's where I kind of take my stance on this, and that is there are so many toxins in our environment anyway that we cannot control, that I think it's really important to look at the toxins that we can control in our home. So that comes from, you know, we talked about household cleaners already. That will come from personal hygiene products, your shampoo, your makeup, that kind of thing. And then it also comes from what kind of toxins you bring into your home yourself. And candles and other smelly, fragrant kind of products is a place that you can look at to reduce the toxins. The thing is they say that the toxins are not harmful in small amounts that are emitted from these products, but there is no study done anywhere at all about the culmination of all of these minute chemicals that we inhale in our environment all the time. No one has done a study on, okay, yeah, that's a minute amount, and that's a minute amount, and that's a minute amount, and so on. But what happens when we combine all of those minute amounts together? What is that doing to us? And there just isn't a study that has looked at that. I'm not too sure that they would be able to be honest. So I think it's really, really important as part of, you know, intentional choices is to reduce the toxins where we can and make better choices for ourselves so that our bodies have less to fight. So that's what I'm talking about today. And so a lot of the candles that you buy, the cheaper candles that you get usually from the department store, the dollar stores, that kind of places, those are made from byproducts. Those are made from the paraffin wax, which is a byproduct of the petroleum industry, and it has been highly questionable on the quality of those candles when those fragrances especially. All candles release something called VOCs, or volatile organic compounds, and these are actually proven to be carcinogenic or cancer-causing compounds when they're burned, and these are all candles release these. So you always want to have candles burning in well-ventilated areas. The smoke from candles is very dangerous as well when inhaled, so you don't want them burning in drafty areas where they're burning that smoke around. So you want to make sure that you're really paying attention to where you're burning your candles. There are some safer waxes on the market, and that is, of course, the soy wax and beeswax. They're more natural waxes. There are still, though, toxins that come off of those. There's just fewer of them. Another thing to note is in 2003, in the US, lead was banned from candle wicks. So lead can be particularly dangerous for children. And so if you have any old candles in your home that you've perhaps purchased or received before 2003, you definitely want to be removing those from your home and discarding those. So the plug-in type of fragrances, the air freshener sprays, these are absolutely proven to be have toxins in them. I mean, we breathe those in. I don't know about you, but I'm fairly sensitive to smells, so I find that breathing those in, I almost can't breathe. I don't have an allergy to it, but it's a serious irritation. I can find it quite choking to walk down even the cleaning aisle in a department store where they have all the cleaners and that, and at the, you know, they'll have one section where all the fragrances are. I can't even stand in that section. I find I get a headache right away. And so I don't know if others are sensitive, but if you have these kinds of synthetic fragrances in your homes, particularly people keep them in their bathrooms, these are releasing toxins into your environment and you're breathing them. And so these should all be eliminated from your home. And of course the plug-in ones that take the pods that you put in, those are of course extremely dangerous for children. If they, you know, ingest those pods, that's extremely harmful. So what is the best way to freshen your home? One is to open your windows and get fresh air through there. Even in the wintertime, it's really good if you get, you know, a somewhat nicer day in the wintertime, open those windows, even if it's just for 3 minutes. Open enough windows to get a really good kind of blast coming through your house. It clears out the air, pushes it out, and you get some nice fresh air in your home. Decluttering, which is what we've been working on all month, is another great way to reduce odors in your home, because the less stuff we have, the less places dust has to sit, and dust has an odor to it and it has a smell. So by reducing our items, we reduce the odor because we reduce the dust. Essential oil diffusers are considered to be generally safe, but again, it's use them in a well-ventilated area. Don't directly breathe in the vapor. And it's also recommended that you don't have them on all the time, but use them intermittently. So they have settings where they could be on for 30 seconds, off for 30 seconds, or 3 minutes, off for 3 minutes, or whatnot. So you don't want it on all the time. You want to give it a chance to clear and then come on again. So all that to say, I hope I've given you some stuff to think about, but your challenge for today, you're going to need garbage and donate and a keep pile. And for all of your plug-in aerosol style synthetic home fresheners, I am recommending that you just clear those out. Those are really toxic in your home, and I would recommend that those ones you're clearing out. If you have candles older than 2003, then I would highly recommend discarding those as well. You want to remove candles made of paraffin wax, so the cheaper candles, if you got them from, you know, a department store or the dollar store, those kinds of places, those are going to be, you know, if you're getting those big jar candles for $10, that's a cheap candle. And you're pretty sure that that's made of paraffin, and I would recommend parting ways with those as well. And then if you have the natural candle waxes like soy wax, beeswax, you know, and you enjoy burning those, go through and see how many you have, of course, and are there any scents that you don't like? You know, part ways with those ones. You can donate those. If you're not burning them, why have them? If you can't burn them, you know, kind of safely, like we just talked about, in a well-ventilated area that's not drafty, where you're not breathing in the smoke and the toxins. You know, be really picky and kind of ruthless, and think about what it is that you want in your home. And, you know, if you have other ways that you can air out your home to, you know, make it smell nice instead, take that into consideration. Or if you do like to burn candles, I do like to burn candles, I'll admit that myself, but I burn them kind of rarely. I wouldn't even say that I burn candles once a week or 2 weeks. It could go a whole month. And I'll just, you know, occasionally decide I want to burn a candle. And I only buy, you know, soy wax candles, beeswax candles, and I buy them locally from people that make them, companies that make them locally, and support those local makers, so that I know where they come from. I know what products are in them. I'm able to, you know, talk to the people that make them, and feel more comfortable about my buying choices for the candles that I burn. So, you know, really take into consideration, you know, the toxins that you're exposed to, and where in your life you're able to reduce those toxins. Okay, so that is what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.